Hey there, Autism Fitness founder Eric Chessen, leading the movement for movement, and welcome to the Autism Fitness Tuesday training. If this is, I just happened to realize this may be your first time watching the Autism Fitness Tuesday training. Every Tuesday, I cover a subject, a topic, a concept, a practice that relates back to developing the best possible fitness and adapted physical education programs for the autism and neurodivergent population. So thank you for watching. Before we get started, please like, subscribe to the channel, and if this might be helpful for someone in your circle or slightly outside your circle, please share. It helps us spread the movement for movement, which is our focus, bringing the best possible fitness and adapted PE programs to the autism and neurodivergent population around the world and making sure that we set the highest standard possible. So, in continuing our current trajectory, our list of the 5 whys of autism fitness, because it seems obvious why fitness is important for the autism and neuroadaptive population. However, when we go into exactly the reasons that we need to be implementing these programs on a consistent basis at a high level, it becomes evident, if it's not already, that this is a crucial aspect of quality of life and continued development for these populations. So the second in the 5 whys, last week we covered independence. That video should be somewhere down there. And today we're going to be looking at the concept, the reality of accomplishment. So when we talk about accomplishment, straightforward operational definition, it is the completion of an activity with success. Now we ask, how many times during the course of an average day, let's call it, Tuesday, is one of our athletes or students or clients, whatever we're referring to them, able to have a high level accomplishment, meaning there is a direct, appreciable result of something that they've done, right? So with fitness, one of the particularly resistance-based training, as we're doing in Autism Fitness, and that's what you get in your Autism Fitness certification program, when there is not only a tangible result, but an experiential result, the individual has a greater sense of having completed something successfully. And this is a big deal for our autism and neurodivergent individuals, particularly our teens and adults. If we think about therapeutic interventions for the population, they tend to happen 10 years old and younger, 8 years old and younger, 6 years old and younger. And by the time we can think about our own lives, we're 16, 18, in our 20s and 30s. How many opportunities do we really have on a consistent basis for accomplishment? And this is something that fitness programs, particularly when they are developed with the individual in mind, can certainly be a gateway towards. So imagine that on a regular basis, whether it's once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week, or how many days a week that you are running programs, that individual or those individuals have an opportunity not only to be successful, but to feel that success, whatever it feels like for them. Of course, we can't be in their brains, and it's going to show up differently for each individual. But that sense of accomplishment of having done something that is challenging, and we're going to talk about resilience in a future video, but having done something that is physically challenging and having met that challenge and bested it is a big deal. And that is a component of self-efficacy, but also of confidence as well, something else that we'll get into. Confidence is a tricky one, especially for our individuals who are either nonverbal or who have limited verbal skills as well. So we can't automatically just say, oh, well, they're developing confidence. But the sense of accomplishment or the actuality of accomplishment, for example, we have an athlete who, when he started out, really had difficulty and aversion to squats. And now, when it's time for squats in the program, walks right up to the box, does his squats, even at a modified level, and exudes that confident capability of doing it. Now, there are three parts to this. There's the introduction to that squat. Then there is the accumulation of the skill, and eventually the athlete starts to get it. And that's where the accomplishment starts to take root, at least in the fitness session. Now we talk about one of our favorite words, terms, and situations: generalization. Right? A sense of accomplishment with an exercise means that the athlete has performed it enough times to get comfortable with it, and enough times to start developing greater skill sets with that and more exercises. So let's take that squat, for example. The athlete has been squatting for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, and they're starting to become more aware of their body. How slow are they going? How much are they controlling that eccentric going down to the box? How many repetitions are they doing? How much less support or prompting do they need through that exercise? As they start to get better with it, there is a greater opportunity for not only the accomplishment in the gym session, but that generalization to activities of daily living. And we come back to last week's topic of independence. Where there is accomplishment, there is a greater sense and a greater real actuality of accomplishment. And when we have that accomplishment in one place, it's very likely that we're going to see it start to emanate in other areas, in other environments, in other situations. So accomplishment is something that we can help to develop in a closed system. So whether you are running your fitness programs in a gym setting or a clinic setting or an adapted PE setting or in a home setting or in a residential facility, we can start to develop those little moments of accomplishment all throughout the session. And this can lead to accomplishment outside of that fitness environment. Doesn't always look the same, doesn't always sound the same. It may be different for each individual, but what we are doing is setting the stage for that individual to accomplish in one area, and then they are better equipped physically, adaptively, and cognitively to accomplish in other areas. So accomplishment is something that, as nebulous as it may be and as fleeting as it may be for the autism and neuroadapted population, something that we can certainly build in to a fitness curriculum, and it's already in the structure. Right? We, as coaches, as practitioners, as Autism Fitness certified pros, go to autismfitness.com for more information on the certification, are able to provide to our athletes so that sense of accomplishment is there both in the short term and in the long term, and that athlete has a greater sense of capability in the world. I am Autism Fitness founder Eric Chessen, leading the movement for movement. If you are ready to become an Autism Fitness certified pro anywhere, yes, anywhere in the world, hit the link below or go to autismfitness.com, click on the certification link, and you can be well on your way to becoming a certified pro that you and your athletes can rely upon, yes, self-reliance, to deliver the best possible fitness and adapted PE programs, again, anywhere in the world. Thanks for watching. Again, like, subscribe, share this with someone who you think it might benefit, and I will see you next time in the continuation of the 5 Whys of Autism Fitness.